Ukraine has been a geopolitical problem/emotion production center for the leftists. Their prime martyr, Zelensky, has all of the makings of a dictator and none of the treatment. Before we get into this story, let's just recap the list.
My best friend's sister's boyfriend's brother's girlfriend heard from this guy who knows this kid is going with the girl who saw Ferris pass out at 31 Flavors last night.
Zelensky has canceled upcoming elections. He arrested his main political opponent. He completely outlawed dissenting media, shut down opposing political parties. Which brings us to this week, where an NGO acting for Ukraine released an effective target list of 250 plus Americans who they say are the biggest public opinion affecting opponents of Ukraine aid. So, not just Ukraine, censorship in the US also. And it's clear that the Democrats play along because of the lobby, because it makes sense for their goals, for their pockets, to continue to allow this to happen. And here's the real kicker. This was compiled by an NGO, non-governmental organization. We've talked about them a lot on this show, but it cannot be overstated how much of a problem they are, enacting the will of the government without the scrutiny or the rules that the government might have. NGOs in Mexico, for example, are funded by the US, the Red Cross. A lot of those kinds of orgs use that money to funnel in illegal immigrants, feed them, help them continue on their path, all under the guise of humanitarian aid, although it's quite the opposite. So now we have the exact same thing, an NGO in Ukraine, partially for a time funded by the United States, making lists and somewhat demands of the censorship of US citizens. Absolutely not. Ukraine was never America's war, but it always was America's dollar, America's people, America's sacrifice.
I don't think it's right for the United States government to be transacting business through a slot machine.
Mike Lindell here, and like you, I see our country being destroyed daily. We face massive economic issues, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, there are people in power who threaten the values that have made our country great. Well, I've been a believer in gold and silver for a long time, and I've searched for years for a partner that shares my values. Well, Genesis Gold Group showed me how easy it is to protect your IRA, 401k, or your retirement with gold and silver. Their faith-driven approach to service and stewardship is one that stands out from the rest.
To get your free definitive gold guide and get started learning more about investing in gold and protecting your retirement from uncertain times, visit treasureandtrust.com now. Fill out the basic contact form and a member of the team will be in touch. Again, that's treasureandtrust.com or call 855-625-7760.